Big Red, coming back at you with another video. Today I just wanted to have a nice short video talking about my review, what you need to know if you're looking to buy a Charger Scat Pack or Hellcat. So if you're looking into buying a Scat Pack, if you're not prepared to spend a payment, insurance, let's say that's $1,000 a month right there just for the payment and the insurance, and if this is your only vehicle, you need to plan on getting gas 3 times a week. So whatever that costs in your state, 93 is close to $4 where I'm at, or a little over 4. So if you're not prepared for that, I wouldn't recommend getting a car like this. I would only get a Scat Pack or a Hellcat if it wasn't my only vehicle. So yeah guys, my overall review to the 2022 Dodge Charger Scat Pack or Hellcat is pretty much the same for both of them. I love them. I enjoy them. And I think that I've talked about this before, but it's a pro either way, having a Scat Pack or a Hellcat. It's a pro as far as there's enough power in a Scat Pack. The Scat Pack is what I drive more often. It's a fun vehicle to drive, specifically the wide bodies that are going to grip the road for you a little bit more. See, they sound really good. They sound really good. Everyone's gonna know that you're coming. One thing that I will say about owning a Dodge Charger, it don't matter what kind of Charger you got, it seems like everybody want to race. And I'm not trying to race you, to be honest. The Scat Pack is fast, don't get me wrong, but it's not super fast unless you do some stuff to it. It's fast. I mean, it's fast for on the street, but if a 5.0 pull up next to you and want to race, it really depends on the driver. The pros would be that I'm 6'1", over 200 pounds, and there's plenty of space for me in this vehicle to be seated comfortably, even for extended periods of time, long trips or anything like that. It's comfortable. The steering wheel, the handling of the vehicle feels really good. One con for me driving this vehicle would be, let me show you. So this might just be a me thing, right? But I'm used to being in like big trucks, okay, F-350s with lifts, stuff like that. The visibility to me is a little not so good due to the part between the windshield and the windows is kind of big, right? Like, to me, that's kind of big. That's taking up a lot of view here. So there's that. When I'm looking over my shoulder, that thing's kind of big. I mean, I guess this is the new standard, but that would be my only con that I have. One thing that you guys should be aware of for sure, and I know y'all are all gonna agree with me if you have Chargers yourself or Challengers, these brakes are beautiful, right? These Brembo brakes, but my God, the amount of brake dust that you get off of these things is unbelievable. Right now I'm sitting inside of the 2022 Scat Pack Charger, and I have the black interior. I really like it. You can get it in other colors like red and peanut butter, stuff like that, but I like the black interior. I think that it's not too much and it's not too little for this vehicle. It is perfect for what it is. It's plenty of space. Unless you're talking about having a whole 4 people in here, then it's going to be a little tight, but for my purpose, it's been great. It does have this sunroof, so that's a nice feature as well. But overall, it's plenty of space. It has a nice size dash. I don't think it's too big by no means. A couple of accents that you're going to see with the 392. This one here has the basic Dodge steering wheel. I mean, this is nice to me. I'm used to driving a little bit older vehicles before I made these purchases, So I like the interior of these cars. I do like the pedals. Underneath the hood of the Scat Pack, you got this big, nice V8 Hemi. Still super clean. I've really been having a lot of fun with this one. This is a very fun car, and it's affordable as well. All right, so I'm sitting inside of the Hellcat right now. As I said, it's very similar. The leather makes it look a little more clean in my opinion. You've got the Hellcat instead of the Scat Pack, of course. Another spot here where you've got the Hellcat instead of the Scat Pack, of course. I like the black interior. I've got some carbon fiber finish here, but same deal pretty much. This one's got like suede instead. It's just a little bit more quality. Here's the Hellcat's beautiful motor. It's like popping out of the hood. It's using all the space under here to get this thing in here. This is what makes it right here though. So my review of these things is, of course, a positive review. I just wanted to show a couple of pros and cons to these cars. More pros than cons, of course. Anytime you can have a Hellcat and a Scat Pack, or one or the other, of course, is a nice thing to have. So another thing too, if you get a Scat Pack or a Hellcat, as now I am driving the Hellcat, it's a pro or a con. If you like everybody to be looking at you in your car, it's a pro. If you like everybody to always ask you about your car and how much it costs, and you know, it's a pro. If you're kind of like me that likes to be more low-key and, you know, doesn't want everybody all up in my business and know what I got and know where I live and everything like that, then it's a con. So it's all up to you. My overall review still stands, however. Is that you just got to be careful with the Scat Pack and the Hellcat, because you're gonna speed naturally. You're gonna drive the car, you know, like the car that they are, but they will get away from you a little bit. Going 80 miles an hour feels like you're going 60 in these things, so that's another thing you got to think about as well. One con that I think a lot of people don't address when talking about having a Charger, Scat Pack, Hellcat, even RTs, hell, any car that's desirable, is the risk for theft and the risk of break-ins. So I would definitely recommend doing something like a kill switch, which pretty much just is a switch that kills the power to your push to start button. I would definitely recommend doing something like that as a preventative way of theft, along with any other things that you could do. Parking in garages, you know, if you have to park in a driveway, have another vehicle parked very close up front so the car can't get out. Anything like that, I would definitely keep that in mind when buying a vehicle like this, because I've seen it hundreds of times of people getting their cars stolen. But you know, you got to think, are you putting yourself in a good situation if you live in a hotel, an apartment complex, and you have a Scat Pack Charger that you've totally tricked out and you're drawing a lot of attention to, parking in a apartment complex? You know, think about that too, because, you know, first of all, you're putting yourself at a high risk for damage and theft, and second of all, get yourself taken care of first, house and financially stable, before putting yourself in a situation with these vehicles, because they are expensive to have, expensive to drive, and you know, tires, everything is expensive on these cars, gas. So keep that in mind as well when you're interested in purchasing a Scat Pack or Hellcat. So I would say the overall driving experience for the Scat Pack and the Hellcat, I'm gonna give them the same overall. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm gonna give them a 4.5. Interior, my overall rating. And I'm being a little modest because I'm comparing to other luxury vehicles. I know this is more of a performance vehicle, but I'll give this a 4 out of 5. All right, so what do I rate the power in these things? Let's see. Okay, and the Hellcat, let's give it a 5 out of 5. I give the SCATPAck 4 out of 5. So there you guys have it, man. I'm gonna give you my overall review for these vehicles as far as the overall experience owning them and, you know, all the pros and cons. I'm gonna give these out of a 4.5 overall experience with these vehicles. Highly recommend. Just be careful with what you're doing.